Hey guys, it's Grace here, and we're watching another version of the BFG today because the one I was watching now, it's a bit too visual, guys. So it was a little bit too visual, and it will be most of you will have no idea what's going on. So I have a different version here that is got a little bit of a narration, and it's on YouTube. Credit to what's the YouTube channel that made this? The Monkey Grinder for making this production of it. Thank you for making this actually blind friendly. So I know this will be starting the series over from scratch, but I think it's a little bit better described. I have two descriptive versions here, so I will be doing, if you want me to, both of them, but I might not, so here we go. The music is great.
The BFG by Roald Dahl. Dramatised by Edward Kelsey.
Oh yeah, and credit to Edward Kelsey and all the other actors in this. This really isn't a movie, it's actually kind of just a dramatised version with the audio, so it's actually good.
Sophie couldn't sleep. A brilliant moonbeam was slanting through a gap in the curtains. It was shining right onto her pillow.
This follows the original story much better in my opinion, guys. I think, but I'm not sure. I think she couldn't sleep because of the moonlight. It wasn't because she was creeping around the orphanage at 3 a.m.
The other children in the dormitory had been asleep for hours. The house was absolutely silent.
That's a bit inaccurate. Sophie said that she lived in an orphanage.
The window behind the curtain was wide open, but nobody was walking on the pavement outside. Not the tiniest sound could be heard anywhere.
Oh, perhaps this is what they call the witching hour. The special moment in the middle of the night when everybody's asleep and all the dark things come out from hiding and have the world to themselves.
I'm sorry, but I would not have that same fascinated opinion as her. I would kind of be a bit terrified.
If I get up and close that gap in the curtains, maybe then I could get to sleep.
Girl tired.
Where are my glasses? They should be on the chair beside the bed. I can't see a thing without them. Ah, here they are.
Did she just break her glasses?
That's better. Now I must be very quiet not to wake anybody up.
Girl, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. How is that?
They punish you if they catch you out of bed.
Again, you're talking to yourself.
I mustn't bump into anything and make a noise. There. That's it. Now I can close the curtain. The street looks so different in the moonlight. All pale and ghostly.
Ooh, suspicious music.
What's that? There's something coming up the other side of the street. Something black. Something tall and black. Something very tall and very black and very thin.
She does not seem that terrified, honestly.
It's not a human. It can't be. It's 4 times as tall as the tallest human. But it's definitely a person. A giant person wearing a black cloak.
That is a bit weird. How can you see if somebody's wearing a black cloak when it is dark? Or is that just something to do with being sighted or what? Because I'm a bit confused.
Oh dear, he's coming closer. He's stopping at every house and peering in at the bedroom
How can she tell it's a boy?
windows. And what's he got in his hand? He looks like a long, thin trumpet. And he's carrying a big suitcase. Now what's he doing?
Is there street lights on this street or something?
He's taken something out of his suitcase. It looks like a jar.
Ooh.
He's opened it and he's pouring something into the trumpet thing. He's poking the trumpet in through an open window. There are children sleeping in that room. I know. Now he's blowing down the trumpet.
Okay. From what I've heard in the book versions, it says it didn't make a sound when he blew it, but right now he's just foghorning across the street.
Whatever he had in that jar, he's blown through the trumpet into the children's bedroom. Oh, he's looking this way. He's seen me.
Now you're terrified, girlfriend.
Sophie flew across the dormitory and jumped into her bed and hid under the blanket. There she crouched, still as a mouse and tingling all over.
Okay, not a part of the movie.
Speak, surf, airplane mode, mobile data, airplane mode, switch button, off.
Yes,
AI, YouTube, 2, app, play, button, 3, pop, 2, added,
Let me skip ad.
1, pop, skip, sponsor, skip ad, button, speech
Okay,
off.
there we go.
After a minute or so, she lifted a corner of the blanket and peeked out.
Oh God, this is.
Her blood froze to ice,
Oh
and she
God.
wanted to scream, but no sound came out.
Yeah, now she's terrified, and this music is awesome.
There at the window, with the curtains pushed aside, was the enormous, long, pale, wrinkly face of the giant person staring in. The next moment, a huge hand reached in and Sophie was lifted up from her bed, blanket and all, and whisked out of the window.
Oh my God.
Away ran the giant, so fast that his black cloak was streaming out behind him like the wings of a bird.
This description is really good.
Dear, where's he
I think these are her thoughts.
taking me? Oh, he's running so fast. That must be because he's hungry and he wants to go home as quickly as possible. And then he'll have me for breakfast.
Why is
The
this music
giant ran on,
funky for the
faster
scene?
and faster. He had some sort of magic in his legs, and it was impossible to tell whether they were over land or sea.
Wow.
It feels like we're flying.
The giant ran on for what seemed like hours to Sophie, and at last came to an enormous cave. He rolled away the great stone that closed it and went inside. Sophie was untangled from the blanket, and she saw that she was in an enormous cave with a high, rocky roof.
Ooh.
The walls were lined with...
This is much faster. Seriously, this
Speech on.
dramatization is much faster going, which I
Collapse
like.
video. Control. Camera. So open controls. Screen selected. Photos. 8:40. Speech off.
Only on 8 minutes,
shelves.
nice.
And on the shelves were row upon row of glass jars. The giant lifted her up onto a table that was 12 feet high.
How high is 12 feet? I really want to know that.
What has us got here?
Please don't eat me.
Laughing maniac, okay.
Just because I is a giant, you think I is a man-gobbling cannibal. You is about right. Giants is all cannibal-y and murderful. And they does gobble up human beings. We is in giant country now. Giants is everywhere around. Out there, us has the famous bone-crunching giant. Bone-crunching giant crunches up 2 wopsy-whiffling human beings for supper each night.
You're not helping, dude.
Noise is ear-bursting. Noise of crunching bones goes crackety-crack for miles around.
Do I seriously need to know that?
Bone crunching giant only gobbles human beings from Turkey. Every night, Bone Cruncher is galloping off to Turkey to gobble Turks.
Okay then, this is interesting.
Why Turks? What's wrong with the English?
Does she not even understand what this block means?
Bone crunching giant says Turks is tasting ever so much juicier and more scrumdiddlyumptious.
Sorry, you Turkey people who are watching this right now. You're about to get eaten. Ooh.
Mobile data. Switch
did it
selected.
do?
Screen recording button. Open controls. Stop every screen selected. Photos 10:53 button.
Yeah.
Speech
Oh my
off.
God.
All human beings is having different flavors. Human beings from Panama is tasting very strong of hats.
Why?
Why hats?
Why hats?
You is not very clever. I thought all human beings is full of brains.
That's a saying. We only have one brain in our head that can contain a massive amount of information.
But your head is emptier than a bundungle.
What? I'm sure Bungdungle's head is full, or you need to clarify that.
Do you like vegetables?
Yeah, she's trying to do that.
You is trying to change the subject.
Yeah, sidetrack girl.
We is having an interesting babblement about the taste of the human bean.
I like how he's like oblivious to the fact she's like literally terrified right now.
The human bean is not a vegetable.
Oh, but the bean is a vegetable.
Not the human bean.
Human being, but it does sound pretty similar
Speech
though.
off. Screen record selected. Photos 12. Speech off.
BFG, you have to give you credit, honestly, but I'm gonna end the video here.